Ahoy! Welcome to another edition of this Lin Film Festival Bubble, where we welcome some of the most bubbly, sparkling guests from this year's Lin Film Festival. One of them is a guy going by the spectacular name of Heriberto Manzanares, and he just told me that you could more or less translate it as Heriberto Appleseed.
Apple tree, yeah.
Very beautiful apple tree.
Apple tree, yeah.
I'm very jealous about a beautiful name like that.
Thank you.
You represent an animation film from Mexico. You're the producer of a film called Bem and Me.
Yes.
And can you tell us in 3 sentences what the film is about?
Yes, sure. This is a film, this is a story about friendship between an animal and a lemur from Madagascar and Irene, who is our main character. And it's the story about how they know each other. And basically, we want to present a story about friendship and courage.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
It's also there's a big criminal act involved in the whole story. It's about animal traffic. It's a serious subject. I mean, it's a very thrilling and exciting film, but behind it is a big criminal world that we don't know about. What is animal traffic? A serious business?
Yeah, unfortunately, in Mexico, some people had this way of thinking about the strange animals could be a kind of lucky charms. So they are sending as lucky charms for many people on the black market. And this is a story who tries about this kind of poachers, maybe. Mm-hmm. But the main thing that we want to describe, it's that Mexico, it's not only the typical, in the typical way of violence or war, maybe, but there's a lot of people with good feelings, and that we want to live on peace. So yeah, that's the main.
Yeah, and that's idea. Why you have 2 very interesting main characters. One is called Irene, and her life is not so easy. She has special circumstances to live under. Can you explain it?
Yes, and this is the important thing of the story, because Irene is a girl which their parents died, and he lives with his uncle, Lupillo, and she doesn't want to get out of his room because she feels absolutely depressed, and it's across this new friend, which is a lemur, and that he tried to coming out about their bad feelings. So it's a story about courage and separation.
What's when we talk about the animation, there is this other character, the lemur. What is typical? What were the challenges in animating the lemur? Do you know as a producer? Because I see very long ears, very big eyes, and a very long tail. You know what was the challenge for the animator?
Yes, we have to study the behavior of the animal on his natural environment. So we went to a lot of zoos and saw a lot of videos about this, because it's not common, a lemur in Mexico. No. Lemurs actually lives in Madagascar. So we had to make some investigation and try to made a good accommodation about their movements and the way that the camera feels the movement, because it's close than a cat. So actually in Mexico, there's an animal who looks alike a lemur, and its name is cacomixtle. So it's maybe a mixture between a cat and fox, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm happy that you pronounce this, because I wouldn't have been
Cacomixtle, yeah.
Okay. These 2 different main characters, the lemur and the little girl, they represent also 2 different universes. The film starts in the jungle forest in Madagascar.
Yeah.
And then every now and then we switch to the big city where Irene is living. And as you said, the big city still feels a little bit like like a village. It's not the typical idea that we get from a Mexican city. It feels like a quite nice place to live. But how different were these two universes for the animators? They had to like animate a jungle and the city life.
Yes, the same work. We investigate about the natural trees in Madagascar because actually Bem, which is the name of the lemur,
Yep.
lives. It's a baby lemur who live on the trees in Madagascar. So yeah, the images that we have of that place, and it's kind of funny because it's like a story who could happen to any one of us, like just going to live to another place with another culture, with another people, and different traditions, and it's always difficult at the first glance to to acceptance that way.
As you said, both characters are taken out of their comfort zone. Bem is taken out of the forest, but also Irene, who is used to living inside the house, also because of a certain allergic reaction and that she has.
Yeah.
Both of them will be forced throughout the story to leave their comfort zone and go into and discover the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they got together a kind of an adventure where finally Bem could be sent again to their house in Madagascar.
Mm-hmm. Bem getting kidnapped is it's quite frightening. How scary could you go with those scenes? Because it's a film made for really young audience, I think. So you had to balance very carefully, like how scary could you be in those scenes?
Yes, absolutely. The script has maybe 17 forms, 17 re-script. So we choose very good each one of the scenes and the level of between scary and adventurous, because finally this is a movie that we want to call to the childhood and the younger people. So this actually that's one of my most where I feel most comfortable with the story, because there is not a lot of movies or stories who has an girl with the main character, or even young people. It's like a coming on age, basically. So this is important for Espíritu Santo Cine, which is a film empresa, like the producer. So we want to have the power to the childhood in Mexico and talk to them with respect and as an adult. I mean, not since they want to be just make him feel comfortable with
and respected as an audience.
Respected, yes, a lot.
I think it's the first time I saw an animation feature from Mexico. How is animation doing in Mexico?
Oh, well, that's an interesting question, because actually we have not a lot of animation in Mexico, and we as producers, as an independent film animated production in Mexico, we try to create that stories based on with the help of the government, because basically all the budget that we get in the movie was provided for the Mexican government. So we have very good fiscal politics, maybe, about producing in Mexico, and that's the reason why we could have the opportunity to make this film.
Okay, Heriberto, we only have little time left, but I have to ask you my last question that I ask to everyone in the studio. You just arrived in Zlin. You might not have noticed, but Zlin is famous for shoes. It's the home of a big shoe factory, and the whole city is built on shoes. So that's why we ask every guest in our studio, could you please show your shoes, put your feet on the table, and tell us why you are wearing this shoe? What's the story behind your shoe?
This shoe?
Yeah.
Okay, so it makes me feel comfortable. I think this is a Switzerland, and yeah, it's just to could walk a lot in this visit. So
Okay.
it's just very comfortable.
Happy for that you shared your shoes with us. Happy that you were here with us in the studio, and very happy that you brought a lovely film like Ben and Me to this Lint Film Festival. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching our Lint Film Festival Bubble, and hope to see you again soon. Ciao.
Thank you very much.